Hardy Construction.
Wow, that really just skipped, didn't it? Hey everybody, what's up? It's the Hardy Construction. You can find us at hardyconstruction.tumblr.com, youtube.com/hardyconstruction, as well as facebook.com/thehardyconstruction with your host Comp and
Zip Drive Danny.
And today we're covering
American Horror Story Coven Season 3. Booyah!
So it's episodes 9
the
through...
nasty little place? What? Nasty little gash? I don't remember.
Oh yeah, the week. Yeah, whatever it was called. Anyway, we're welcome back, right? Welcome back to us.
Welcome back to us. There's an absence, but you know what? We don't need her.
The present is to you, which is us. Thank you, America. Anyway, so...
welcome us, right? Take a bow.
Willkommen, as the Germans say. So this episode, we're going to be dealing with the second half. We already did the first half, so you can find that on our site, our Tumblr, as well as YouTube. And we covered...
Not even the second half. It's like the second quarter. Maybe the last quarter or something. We went all the way up to episode 9 last time.
Can you talk a little bit more about that? Okay, so anyway, we covered episode 1 through 9, and these are the rest. This is... the series created by, was it Brad Falchuk or something like that?
I don't know. I don't care.
One of the guys who created Glee helped create the show, strangely enough. So all the crazy plots, you can see that transfer from Glee transfer to this show. So as an overview, let's just start out with one word, two word description of this season. What did you think of it?
Like overall, the whole season, what I thought of it?
Yeah.
It was very, it's the most cheesy level of a show that I'm willing to watch.
You mean that it's
I like it, but it's
fast food of
very
entertainment?
girl power cheesy kind of.
So it's not cheesy like Doctor Who cheesy.
Doctor Who is amazing. Shut up.
Keep telling yourself that. American Horror Story Coven, it's very tongue-in-cheek, it feels very, I guess...
It feels like something that RuPaul would have made.
Yeah, it's like the fast food of television, right? I assume this season.
It's very like you almost don't even need to pay attention.
The show literally is like the epitome of guilty pleasure, but I enjoy it. I like it stylistically. I think we said that about the second season, that it's not necessarily very deep.
I think that this season, I know everybody loves Asylum, but this season actually was a little bit better, more well written to me.
Yeah, I think the whole point with that is because while focusing on one storyline, they actually focused on one storyline, which was I mean, there were obviously subplots, but they focused on who the next Supreme was. Whether that was actually important to people watching the show, I think people actually got pissed off that they were like, "Where's Fiona?" You know, towards the end. Like, they really gave a shit more about Fiona than they gave a crap about who the actual
But they
Supreme
wrap
was.
it up. It actually makes sense.
Yeah, it actually wrapped up. It actually made sense.
Asylum was like, what is happening? Like, the last, like, few episodes, it's like, okay, now we're in, like, a hippie commune with kids.
It did feel like a little bit that happened in this season as well. I think it's just something that they can't really control because they kind of write themselves into corners.
Yeah,
and
but
that's
not being a good writer. I mean, they're good writers, but they don't know how to, like... tie it together.
Yeah, they tend to hastily cut off storylines, which happened that for the last 3 episodes in this season.
People just die like out of nowhere. It's like, okay.
And that happened in the second one. Like, you know, the aliens kind of just came and went in the second season, which was Asylum, and then the evil doctor killed himself by throwing himself in the furnace just because. You know what I mean? He got no comeuppance. It was really strange. But I think that was just because they kind of were like, okay, let's just get rid of this storyline. We're done with it. Once these characters have served their purpose in the show, we'll just cut them out without
so Misty Day isn't the Supreme, so she's exploding ash.
Yeah, so I kind of had an idea about this. So with the characters that we're dealing with, I'm going to actually look up the wiki this time because a lot of people complain on YouTube that I don't know any of the names, which is kind of true. Sarah Paulson, who plays Cordelia Fox, who did basically nothing for 60% of the series until the final thing.
She cried a lot, and she acted.
And it was funny how people were noting that the second season's ending was basically the same as this season's, and I was like, yeah, she kind of a woman coming out on top. As soon as I saw her getting interviewed when she kind of exposes what a coven is, I was like, holy shit, didn't this happen at the end of the last season? Her like triumphant smile at the end of the second season, and this season, like, yikes! I was like, whoa.
But
I mean, I didn't have any.
This season, she wasn't dislikable. In the second season, I really disliked her.
At the very beginning,
Kit was like a great guy, and she was just like mean. But But in this one, she's a great person.
She
you
hated
could tell.
dick. That's why she just hated penis in that season. That's why she was so
Possible.
angry.
But in this one, she's kind of.
Oh wait,
awesome.
was that misogynistic? I'm sorry. I apologize to everybody because that joke was so offensive to women. Oh, anyway, so the second season, the second season, she really started out as a real asshole. But then once she got into the victim mode, we kind of felt for her because she went through a lot of shit as her character was this unjustifiably assaulted because she was gay.
Right.
Was that a right word? Did I say unjustifiably?
I don't know.
But anyway, this
you get
season,
your meaning. It's the thought that counts.
And this season, she's getting browbeaten by her mother Fiona, who played once again by the wonderful
Jessica Lange, right?
Jessica Lange, and
she's awesome.
She's a great actress. They're really trying to sell her as a sex pot, and she's how would you describe Fiona? I mean, we've already described the first season.
She's just a moralist, totally selfish woman.
She's a real, a super asshole, like a supreme asshole. That's who she was, supreme asshole.
Suppressal.
Taissa Farmiga, obviously keeping up. She's playing Zoe. She's continuing her relationship with Kyle's Evan Peters' character, Kyle. Meanwhile, there's growing jealousy by
Madison
Montgomery, the Hollywood Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah,
type.
Madison is exactly what I mean when I say this is like the most campy, kind of cheesy. Because nobody, I don't care. Fiona I could buy. No one is as bitchy as Madison.
You'd be
even
surprised.
Paris Hilton isn't.
You'd be very surprised. I went to an art high school, and I've met girls like that. And,
that level, though? That someone dies and they're like, I don't care.
I mean, yeah, of course. Okay, I get what you're saying. But who knows? Who knows? You know what I mean? Listen to... No, maybe we should talk about Philip Seymour Hoffman today. But anyway, stuff like that happens when people aren't really tethered to another person. They'll crack jokes, or they just don't really give a fuck because they have no relationship to it. So I'm sure somebody in this world.
I'm sure it exists, but
listen, the Nazis.
Kind of hard to believe that kind of all of them Nazis have that quality because they're all kind of like that to different levels. Madison's the worst.
There really is.
Queenie's like that.
I gotta say, there really is no limit to human evil. Evilness in humans.
Yeah.
I really feel like I'm fucking up the English language tonight.
You are. It's okay. You're Spanish. We get it. You haven't learned it all the way.
I don't have to have a green
maybe
card.
Even if you were raised in America, maybe
you think
part
about
of your brain
you think
is
about
just
like
wanting to speak Spanish.
You think about Montgomery. I'm glad I just totally didn't pay attention to that. But you see how Montgomery's character, how she's kind of like just indifferent towards people, and she's kind of out for her own. But you got to think about look, Nazis did that shit. There's a whole there's a documentary called The Act of Killing, which shows which I hear is really good. I heard it was 3 hours long, so I caught the first half an hour. It was pretty chilling. Where these guys who won this war, I can't really think of what it is. It's like a South Pacific country, if I'm right. And they're the ones that are in power now. And now the guy's making a documentary about how they used to torture and kill all the people. He's the one in charge.
It doesn't sound as entertaining as 3 hours watching Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. That's true. The Hobbit was pretty good. The second one was pretty good too. But anyway, so those characters there, Evan Peters kind of is the same as background character work. He's just kind of a prop. There's also,
he's almost pointless, but I like him. But yeah, he's a little bit of a silly, pointless character.
The manservant actually served more purpose in the show than he did. Although I don't like what they do with ghosts in the show. Like ghosts have
they take physical form.
Yeah, ghosts because he obviously gets killed in I forget if it was the first half or this half. But he gets killed, and then he just comes back to help Jessica Lange's character. I'm like, what the fuck? He can teleport.
Well, I kind of like that whole backstory about how he removed his own tongue for her and all. That's cool.
No, I get that, but I'm saying when he comes back as a ghost.
Right. Well, are you talking about Axeman or Spaulding?
Spaulding.
Oh, okay.
You know how Spaulding comes back and then saves her from the brink of death?
Okay.
I don't understand there's no real limitations.
It's magic, I guess.
No, I understand that because I guess his family has been serving the Supremes for their whole generations.
One thing that bothers me about the show is I understand that it's fantasy, it's magic, anything could happen, but even still in the world there has to be rules. Like in Harry Potter, it would be very strange if somebody came to the school brand new to Hogwarts and all of a sudden they could do the most advanced magical spell out of nowhere, with no practice.
Isn't that what Harry did though?
No, he's talented, but even he has to practice and shit. He's not just amazing. He has to practice. Everyone practice. It's these girls almost you never actually see them practicing, and all of a sudden they could all levitate, they could all do everything. I
Yeah,
get
it was kind of
There's
kooky
that-
towards. It was kooky at the final episode when they kind of were when they were testing everybody for the Supreme thing. Everybody had
Seven
all those
Wonders,
Supreme
yeah.
powers. Like everybody had Supreme powers. And I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, and they're all like zooming around and shit. It's like, but why? I think it would be cooler if they had an episode kind of like a Hogwarts feeling where you see them practicing and shit, because you never see them practicing. You just see them like bitching at each other. It feels like you're in RuPaul's Untucked, like you know.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of that vibe.
It's also
which I
like
that. I love RuPaul, but I don't know.
It's also like Saved by the Bell, I guess, because you see you see them talking, but you know they're in school, but you never see them in class. It's like, what the fuck's going on?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, I have never seen them, like, you know, meditating and, like, trying to focus their energy to be able to levitate something.
But I
like,
guess it's that whole you're born with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're born with it, but so is Harry Potter. But he has to practice.
By the way,
hell.
you think Mr. Belding used to drill holes in the women's locker rooms? Like,
yeah,
maybe the boys' locker rooms actually. If I had Screech like cradle his
glory
nuts.
holes in like every thing. It was like that scene in Porky's where they're peeping through the girls' locker room or whatever.
That's so fucking stupid, that movie.
Anyway, that was a great movie.
What did you think the whole point of Lalaurie and oh god,
Delphine?
Delphine Lalaurie is one character. That's Kathy Bates' character. And
Marie,
yeah, Laveau. You think that they kind of just, to me, that was the moment.
It
where
was a little vague. I actually had to look up exactly what happened. Like, basically, they were in hell.
Yeah.
And Delphine's hell is being tortured and watching her daughter get killed. And Marie's hell is torturing an innocent victim and being in hell and not alive
But that's bullshit
anymore.
because she had no problem giving up babies. Like that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't really
Right.
seem like
I don't
hell
feel like
for
that's
her.
a good hell for her.
But the second half of the season did introduce Papa Legba, who's a fucking awesome character.
He's cool, and he's the guy that he's an undercover cop in Oz, I believe, and also he's pushing John Locke in a wheelchair in the mental or in the hospital in Lost. Like
he
one
was
scene.
He was also in Fringe, and he was in the show that I remember clearly, which was which I can't think of the fucking name, and I just said I knew what the show was. The show Police Officers in Boston. No, not Boston.
I don't care.
The Wire. He was in The Wire. He was great in that. He's fucking a great actor. And then when I saw him in here, I was like, I know there was that actor's in here, and then I saw him. He's unrecognizable because he looks like, you know.
He looks awesome. He
looks like a sick version of Papa Shango, whoever that guy was from wrestling. But he's like cool, and his whole like not his lisp, but his defect when he speaks, because
he's got like that weird, really.
Wait a minute, maybe I'm calling it a defect. Maybe it's actually just an actual like.
Oh, it's like a super weird French accent.
Right, like a Creole accent. Maybe it is.
Yeah, probably.
He kind of has the Barbara Walters W. You know, when they add.
I like the New Orleans vibe they got going.
I wish that they would do more with that character. Like I would be like, that character's so fucking cool. It's like, oh, why can't they bring that guy back for another season?
You know, it was a cool scene. Well, actually, before we go to what I thought was a cool scene, I think that it was kind of vague. I understand how Marie could have gotten sent to hell because she had a deal that every year she has to give a baby or whatever, and like if she's locked up and can't do that, okay, so Papa Legba could, or whatever his name is, could like get her out of the deal. But how did Delphine die? She can't die. She's immortal.
That was weird because
they didn't really. Maybe I missed it, but I feel like they didn't explain it really.
Well, I think it was actually this girl, Gary Sidibe's character, Queenie, stabbed her, and then she died. And I'm like, is that how she died?
Yeah, Queenie stabbed her, sure, but
immortal.
How did that kill her?
Because I mean, she was decapitated, so how can she die from the stab wound? So I don't. I think the writers just kind of like, fuck it, let's just do it, because both of those two die and they had the same.
It's saying here in Go to Hell, the episode synopsis, that Papa Legba terminated their immortality after breach of contract, but I don't see how they breached it because I don't, whatever. And also another thing is, well, Delphine is immortal, but she doesn't sacrifice babies. She was made immortal by Marie through a potion. Was that Papa Legba making the potion or something? Maybe.
I don't know. I didn't really understand.
But,
like, I didn't know if it was part of her blood or something, Laveau's blood. I don't know. But then Nan character gets killed off because of her storyline is resolved with the boy that she had a crush on.
Luke and Joan, the mom, yeah.
Yeah, because that storyline kind of just went away real quick.
And then
she made
Fiona
her
like
drink
drowns her with Marie or something.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like they were trying to put as many little storylines in this one just to fill the gaps of time.
They always do.
And it
that.
sounds like I'm getting pissed off. But I mean, I enjoyed it for what it was. It's like
but
it's
there's definitely
television.
like some like amateurish writing problems in this show,
and
always.
And I think what pisses me off is that the underworld that they go to, right, which is after death, is like, is this something that none of these people can escape?
Well, they can escape it. Like,
no,
apparently,
because it seems like once you
Misty.
die, you're just going to be in like your personal hell.
You're basically trapped in your worst idea. And I loved Misty's hell. That was what I was going to say before. The cool scene, like with the frog.
Yeah, that actually reminded me when I was in high school and I had to dissect frogs, and I was like, ugh, like it was just
picturing doing that over and over, and you hate it.
Yeah,
like,
but the thing is that her character didn't, like, you know what I mean? Her character didn't do anything evil in the show. I don't think at all.
Right. Well, yeah, but
this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm thinking.
Went to hell. Like they wouldn't have gotten sent there maybe if they died naturally.
Right. That's what I would think. I'm thinking that they went to that underworld. That's because they went there specifically. They didn't.
Yeah.
Because remember when Montgomery died first, she said there was nothing. It was just black. So I assume when you die, which doesn't make any sense because if you just die and it's black. And then the other world is the underworld. So
is her name Montgomery? I thought it was Madison. I'm confused.
That's her last name, Madison Montgomery.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, it's like it's seemingly there's two weird things. It's either you die and there's absolutely nothing, or you die and you get sent to the underworld. So I don't know if it's like.
Or you die and you go to heaven. Maybe, who knows? But that was their like test. They had to go to this particular internal hell thing.
Yeah, I think it was a shitty thing that happened to Misty's character. It really was. Like, I don't think that was. But I think it's. But with the season finale, like I was actually surprised that she got killed first. I was like, okay, because I thought she was gonna have her come up and.
She's my favorite character. I loved her. I would like actually be friends with that girl.
And I actually was liking Laurie because she was kind of atoning for her sins, but then they had the whole was it 360 or 180 where she kind of just stays an asshole. Yeah, and I think they did that just so they can get rid of her character.
It was pretty funny, actually. The tour guide thing, I liked it.
Yeah, but I think there was nothing she could really do to atone for all the bad shit that she did. And then I wonder, like, when they, and I thought it was cheap that they killed Zoe off. I thought that was awesome. I was like, oh shit, I did not expect her to die like that. And it reminds me of this weird short that was, with this weird short that was online where this guy was able to teleport and he teleported into a coat rack and die, and like he was dying that way. And that was like for laughs, and they actually did it here, and it almost feels like they actually saw that episode and put it in there. But it's cheap because they bring her back to life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I thought she was going to be the Supreme, honestly, because she's the first character introduced, so it seems obvious. Maybe if not Misty, like I thought maybe it's Misty or her. I didn't expect Cordelia. I guess that seems obvious though that she would be.
Mm-hmm. And then we had the whole I was gonna say warlocks. I meant the witch hunters thing, that they kind of just killed all the witch hunters.
Yeah. It's very like quick. It's like almost like they write up all this stuff and build it up, and then they're like,
that was like last time when
how do we deal with this? Okay, let's just have the Axeman come and kill them all.
That was like the last time when I said that those were like the equivalent of the Nazis from Breaking Bad, but they didn't even make it towards the end. So I thought they were gonna at least make it.
Hey, don't ruin Breaking Bad. Spoiler alert. Put it in the thing.
What, there's people don't know there's Nazis in Breaking Bad?
They might not.
No, well, there's Nazis. Too fucking bad. I didn't say what happened, but anyway, what was that? What'd you think of the Axeman? I like that actor who played the Axeman. So
I liked him too. He looked like Ray Wise.
But now I keep thinking of the spray, like Axe body spray. Like he just doesn't. He doesn't kill people with axe. He sprays.
I would love if that was the commercial. Like anytime he hits somebody with an axe, they smell good or something.
But that's what I understand is that the weird shit with him is that they brought him back to life, right? He's kind of a corporeal spirit.
Yeah.
Wow, man. And then they kill him the same way that the Coven originally killed him. So it's like, I don't know what's going on with this. Like, I guess I'm thinking too hard about it. But
well, it's magic. I don't know. Whatever.
I guess that's how they just explain. It's like Lost, right? It's like,
and his hell, when it shows Fiona's hell, it's kind of cool. But his hell is not hell at all. It's him being enjoyable.
He gets to bone. He killed a whole bunch of people with axes.
And he gets rewarded by living in a fun cabin and fishing. I would not mind that.
He gets to smack women around 1920 style. What the fuck is that? He shouldn't get shit. He's a dickhead. And then,
but Fiona, like, I kind of feel bad for her, but she's pretty bad, yeah.
I liked when she was like Naughty Pine when she was looking at the house was all messed up.
You know who I fucking love in this whole show, like overall, is Myrtle.
Yeah, I was about to mention her. She's
Oh,
great.
she's awesome. I
She
wish she
just
was like my
has
mom or something.
her like Jesus Christ. Her like her lines, the way she talks, everything about her is just so fucking cool. And then, of course, it was unnecessary for her to kill herself at the end. That's bullshit. That was just to make it dramatic, or whatever. She was,
but it was a cool
cool-ass
death. And when
character.
she screams, I didn't know what she screamed. I looked it up.
She's
I think it's like a fashion designer or something.
Oh, did she? Because I wondered when I first saw
like
this.
I don't even know the name, but like I looked it up and it was like a
It's
fashion.
all on Tumblr if you look up.
Just pretty funny. Like it's kind
She's funny, yeah. But I didn't. Her death wasn't necessary. But I think they wanted to just kill people if they weren't going to kill Zoe. But then once Sarah Paulson's character comes out to be, and people were bitching about her character being the Supreme because she sapped the power from her mother. And I was like, all right, fair enough. I'm like, what are you going to do? I mean, I got to tell you this: with Sarah Paulson, she's a gorgeous woman. I think she's beautiful. I think
with
she's
the eyes. Oh boy!
Holy shit! I couldn't look at the screen. Like it was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I had a little trouble with it too. Actually, when people turn their eyelids
shades
inside
on.
out in real life, I think that's the sickest thing.
Yeah, her eyeballs were horrendous.
People would do that to me in elementary school. They knew I hated it, and they'd like come at me with it. Ugh.
There was a. It reminded me of this joke that I think it was Paul. There was a comedian called Paul Rodriguez, and there's this singer called Jose Feliciano, and he's like blind, but he has like the crazy eyes, like.
Oh, okay, where they're going all over the
eyes
place.
that look different directions, but they bulge out.
Yeah,
He's blind. And Paul Rodriguez says that he was sitting next to Jose Feliciano because Jose Feliciano usually wears shades, and he wasn't wearing shades. And Paul Rodriguez was like, "Hey man, I'm trying to eat I'm trying to eat sunny side up eggs over here. Stop looking at me."
Oh god.
I couldn't stop laughing at that shit. And that's what I felt watching, like, this girl's face. Like, Cordelia's eyeballs were... But they weren't, like she jabbed her eyes out. But what was that? Like, meat that was hanging out of her eyes or something?
I don't want to
really,
think about
it bothered me looking at her face. I was like, oh my god, like...
It's so gross. Oh, and then Kyle kills Madison, which is awesome, but why couldn't Madison have gotten him off?
Madison can teleport, she can mind control, and then she decided not to? Come on, man. That's bullshit. That's stupid. That's just...
I was happy he killed her, though.
Well, yeah, I didn't like... Madison was a piece of garbage character. I mean, she's written well that she's a bitch. But then also, it's funny...
Yeah, but it's an unrealistic level of bitch. I'm sorry, but if... Even you could be the bitchiest person in the world. If someone brings you back to life... You're not gonna say I need a cigarette or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Right. It's cartoonish everything, but yeah, I was pretty happy when they destroyed her character like that.
If you
but
go with the campy feeling, fine. But
he asked Evan,
where even that can't go.
Evan Peters asked her to marry him in real life. Wow, can you imagine that? Even after she kicked his ass in real life, he asked her to marry him. He's like Rihanna.
A bad Bronx area.
She beat him so bad that he was okay with the look that he has for the new X-Men movie. He choked the shit out of her for the show. But what were storylines that worked for you in this season?
Yeah, the whole thing was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think I mean, you know, it's like trash.
It just could have been handled better. I don't think I'm the greatest writer in the world, but I feel like if I just like saw all these scripts, I would have been like, guys, like, come on, you gotta like either add an episode to make it better, or like take out some of these storylines. Like they just like get in over their heads.
Do you think it's stuff that they kind of throw against the wall and then they find a way
Yeah,
to
I
put it all
do
together?
actually. Like I feel like they just like brainstorm, think of all these ideas. Oh, that'd be cool. But like they don't like actually follow through with half of them.
How many episodes are there? Like 15, 12? I don't know.
13. So
13
either
episodes,
make
really?
more episodes where you actually follow through and give people correct deaths and have it not be such an abrupt, weird thing that's never mentioned again.
I mean, I like that it had a happy ending. You know what I mean? Even though they kind of killed other characters, but there's a whole bunch of weirdo plot holes and stuff. But I mean, the show is just like, it's interesting. It does what it does because you're there to watch. It's basically an R-rated soap opera.
Yeah.
That's very slickly well done.
This one in particular was very like, I don't know. I feel like it was like RuPaul Untucked.
That director that I like from the show called Alfonso Gomez Rejon. He did
the last 2 episodes.
Yeah, he did a couple
There's
episodes.
a lot of episodes.
He did amazing. He did, I think, the episode. Who was the girl? The Anne Frank episode, which was really like crazy for the second season.
Oh, an Asylum.
Yeah, and he did an episode here where it was just one take, and it was a camera that was just one take, and it was the Axeman talking with Fiona, and it was like so fucking sick because the camera's going everywhere, but it's only in one take, and that guy really like knows how to direct. Like I'm like I gotta watch all his shit now, and like he needs to do movies. But
right.
I think I mean, what really can we expound upon in this show? Like, I'm really.
I don't know. I feel like we covered it.
I think we covered it, and I think, you know.
I'm curious what the next one. Supposedly, there's foreshadowing that the next one's going to be about Nazis or something.
I heard it takes place in the 50s, and I think the Nazis were like.
I guess I'm wrong. I don't know.
But I think they covered the Nazi stuff in Asylum, I guess.
Well, they got a Nazi in there, but if it actually took place in like Germany, that'd be cool. Like,
imagine it's just Nazis just hanging out and nothing evil happens.
Or like the Nazi experiments. I guess they kind of covered that in Asylum too.
Yeah, it did. But is there anything else that we're not covering here? What did you think about them shoehorning? What's her name?
What?
What's her face? The lady Stevie Nicks. Like, she has a music video.
Oh,
When I saw
yeah,
the music video, I was like,
It's so cheesy, but I kind of like it.
The Stevie Nicks music video, because when
it's like a whole episode of a music video.
At the beginning of the episode, it's the final episode when she's the season finale. She's singing. I was like, holy shit! To me, that was the equivalent of that goofy dance that they did in the second season of Asylum. You know, when they played that hokey pokey or whatever the fuck they played.
Oh, I don't even remember.
But anyway, the witch hunters, they got rid of them.
Oh
quick.
yeah. The name song.
Right. And but anyway, I think it worked for this season. I enjoyed it. I know what it is. I'm not looking. Although for me, I didn't feel any of the great acting stuff. Like, you know how they had Jessica Lange had really fucking amazing, great acting moments in the second season. I don't think that there were that much here besides her kind of getting sad that she's dying.
I think the best actress in this, or the most standout role in me, was definitely Misty. She's awesome.
I would say it was what's her face, the
Zoe?
one who screamed out that shit. No, not Zoe. She's not. She's hardly Myrtle's character. I think was standout to me
awesome.
At least.
Myrtle and Misty are my favorite characters. Actually,
Myrtle is awesome, and I would like the Axeman, but I kind of just, you know, he had a purpose there that was kind of like he liked boning Fiona, I guess.
Yeah.
But other than that, there's not really much we can say, but I liked it. Like, my rating, I'll give it a for this season, I'll give it a because it did keep me entertained.
Mm-hmm.
But I might have given it a lower score than the second season. I'm not sure, but
I'll give it an 8. I gave the second season.
An 8 out of the 10 scrambled egg eyes that Cordelia has.
Okay. You give it a 7 out of 10. Awesome redhead Afro woman dressed in ridiculous thrift store clothes, burning herself voluntarily at the stake.
Excellent. So with that, Danny, what's the final word?
My.
The horror deconstruction.